What's going on, guys? My name is Nick, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to Investing Engineered. Today, I'll be sharing with you some of the best ways to generate multiple sources of income while you're in your 20s. But first, why should you even consider building multiple sources of income? Like, what's the benefit? Well, there are actually so many benefits to having multiple sources of income, and the average millionaire actually has 7 different sources of income, many of which I'll be talking about in this video. But one of the main benefits that you do need to know about is income diversification. I honestly believe that people with only a single source of income, generally being their 9-to-5 income, are taking the most risk in life. Because just think about it, in bad economic conditions, whether they lose their job or they keep their job, they have absolutely no control over this. So by diversifying your income with multiple streams across your life, this allows you the flexibility to actually lose one of those sources of income without actually causing you incredible stress and having a negative impact on your financial life. Now, another compelling reason why you should have multiple flows of income is for the financial benefits. With multiple flows of income, you'll likely be making a lot more money, and that's because even if they're only a little bit of income from each different stream, all of them added together are going to combine to a much larger take-home income. In addition, developing multiple flows of income will allow you to develop the 2 main types of income, being your active income and your passive income. Active income involves you spending your time and energy to make money, and you'll only get paid if you fulfill those 2 conditions. However, on the other hand, passive income allows you to make money without even having to work or put in any time and energy. Yes, you can make money while you sleep, but it does require some upfront work to be able to reap the benefits at a later date, and this can last for an entire lifetime. So honestly, guys, these tips will work whether you're in your teens, your 20s, your 30s, or 40s. Really, it doesn't matter. It's all about putting in that initial effort and building up and developing these multiple sources of income while you're young so that you can reap the benefits for the rest of your life. So if you guys do enjoy the video, be sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really does help out my channel. And don't forget to subscribe for more weekly videos just like this one. So with that said, let's jump into the best ways that you can develop multiple sources of income while you're young and what those could look like. Alright, so I would hope and pray that most people out there do have a single source of income already, and that's generally going to be the 9-to-5 income from their main job. So knowing that, one of the best ways that the average person can begin to develop their second source of income is through building a side hustle. Now, as you probably know, there are many different types of side hustles that you can take on, and these can range from mowing lawns in the summer for people to shoveling snow on people's driveways in the winter. A side hustle could even be working on a YouTube page or an Instagram page that could end up being monetized or get sponsored if it gains traction. So all of these are just some ideas to make you some extra money on the side to actually help supplement your main income from your main job. However, some side hustles are better than others, and that brings me to this one concept that you need to understand before starting a side hustle, and that is scalability. So what does scalability really mean? So a scalable side hustle is one that has the potential to reach the masses, reach many different people from many different countries in the world, and requires a similar amount of time and energy input. Now, this means that your reach is not limited to the amount of time and effort that you put into your side hustle. Now, the example that I spoke about before about starting a YouTube channel or even an Instagram page is an excellent way to have a scalable side hustle. This is because posting a single video or picture has the potential to reach the masses on the internet, potentially attracting millions of viewers, and it doesn't require any extra work on your part. Furthermore, by posting videos and pictures on a consistent basis, putting in the same amount of work, you're going to be attracting a much larger fan base over time, and that increases your monetizability. Now, on the other hand, let's consider a non-scalable side hustle, and that would be something like mowing lawns or shoveling snow. Despite you being able to gain more and more customers that want your service, you'll have to increase your time and energy output to fulfill this need. Now, what you could do is actually hire other people to do the lawn mowing or snow shoveling for you, which would allow you to scale that business a lot larger. However, on your own, this is not a scalable side hustle. Now, I personally advocate for a side hustle that is scalable because this will benefit you a lot more in the long run. So that's something very important to consider before deciding on what you actually want to do outside of your normal day job. Now, the second idea for generating multiple streams of income is to develop and sell an online product. Now, this one probably could be considered a side hustle and definitely is, but I did classify it separately because there's a lot to talk about here and it's a very important one. Now, honestly guys, developing and selling an online product is probably the best way that you can generate income in today's era, and that is because of the scalability factor that I spoke about earlier. Anytime you create a single online product, it can theoretically be replicated an infinite number of times for as many people that are willing to buy that product. So this means that you don't have to worry about having enough supply for your customer or even the costs associated with inventory, because each one of your sales is essentially pure profit. It sounds too good to be true, right? Well, not so fast. After developing your product, the selling part is super easy because it essentially acts as passive income. You don't need to put in any work, and as long as your product is relevant, you're going to make money from it. However, the developing part is extremely difficult and does require a lot of effort input without any immediate gain. For example, many people decide to create their own online courses to teach others about niche topics like investing in stocks or investing in real estate, and these courses can be up to 20 hours in length. So you can only imagine how long something like this would take to develop. It would probably require several years of experience, several months of development, and a few more months for editing and finalizing the product. But like I said before, this can provide you significant passive income for potentially the rest of your life if you are willing to put in that initial work without immediate benefit. All right, guys, so the third way to generate another source of income is through investing in the stock market. As many of you know from my content, investing in the stock market is something that I'm very passionate about because it can set you up for financial success in the future. In fact, there are actually two different ways that you can make money through stocks, and the first being capital gains and the second being dividends. Now, capital gains is simply when your stocks rise in market value over time. However, this is highly unpredictable, so it's not a great income source that you can rely on. Now, on the other hand, we have dividends, and dividends are cash disbursements that the companies will pay out typically on an ongoing basis. And this is a lot more predictable because generally companies will pay their dividends every 3 months if they're already a dividend-paying company. Therefore, the best way to generate an ongoing source of income through investing in the stock market is by buying and holding shares of dividend-paying companies for the long run. Now, you can also choose to reinvest these dividends on an ongoing basis, so you don't get the cash, but you actually buy more shares of the company, and this will end up making you more dividends in the future. So as this dividend portfolio increases in value over time, it can certainly supplement your normal income, and in some cases, it can actually replace your normal job. My one professor in 4th year of university was telling me about his dividend portfolio, and since he had been so diligent and increasing his dividend portfolio value over his life, he's now living on his dividends entirely. And so it's totally possible, guys. Now, for beginners, the best thing that I can recommend is buying low-cost ETFs that track the general market performance, and this will give you a mix of both capital gains and dividends on an ongoing basis. So just remember, the best time to start investing was yesterday, and so if you are in your 20s, definitely get started as soon as possible to start building up that portfolio for the rest of your life. All right, guys, so the fourth and probably one of the best ways to develop a strong and long-lasting source of passive income is through real estate investing. Now, real estate investing comes in many different forms. However, the one type that will provide you a long-lasting source of income is through rental property investing. Now, this is simply when you buy a place and you rent it out to your tenants, which in theory should cover the entire mortgage cost as well as the other expenses of the property, in addition to making you a little bit of extra cash flow on top of that, which is the passive income that you would receive. Now, it should be noted that not all properties that you buy will cash flow, because it really depends on the price that you buy the property, because this influences your mortgage payments, as well as all of the other expenses for the property on a monthly basis. But if you do analyze the property and you do find that it will cash flow, this is excellent and it will supplement your normal income without you having to do much work at all, except for maybe some repairs every so often and collecting checks every month. And to make your experience completely passive without involving any work for you, you can actually hire property managers and they'll do all of the work for you. However, this does come at a cost, and it's typically about 10% of your gross monthly income. So before you get started, I'd highly recommend that you read the Bigger Pockets book on rental property investing, because this one I just finished and it was an excellent motivator to get myself out there and actually learn about how to analyze a property. So all in all, investing in real estate really isn't as easy as jumping into the stock market and just buying a stock, because it does require some knowledge about property investing and analyzing properties. However, over the long run, it will benefit you significantly if you know what you're doing. All right, guys, so the fifth and final way to generate a long-lasting source of income is to open up a high-interest savings account. Now, you guys have probably heard me talk about this before, but I did want to reiterate it because it is something that is so easy to get started with and make a little bit extra money each month. Literally all you have to do is open up an online savings account, and generally these have much higher interest rates for a savings account, such as Tangerine Online Banking, or if you're in the US, open up Ally Bank Online, and these will provide over a 2% interest rate just for parking your money in their account. Now, probably the best part about this is as soon as you put the money in there, it's completely passive and doesn't require any extra work on your part. So literally just put in that hours of time to open up the account and then put your money in there, and it's totally passive from there. It does amaze me, unfortunately, that people will not take advantage of this service and leave their money in their checking account where they're earning 0% interest or 0.05% interest with a big established bank. However, I do believe that it is important to still have a checking account for daily transactions. Just try and limit the amount in that account and put the majority of your money in that online savings account to maximize your benefits. So if you have some extra savings that you're not going to be using on an ongoing basis, like say an emergency fund, for example, just open up this online savings account, put it in there, and you don't have to deal with it, you don't have to look at it, and over time it will accrue this interest at a compounded interest growth rate. And most times the accounts don't have any fees associated with them, so you can just leave it in there, don't have to worry about any fees, and you'll be totally fine over the long term. So with that said, thank you so much for watching the video today. I really appreciate it. If you did enjoy this video or gained any value whatsoever, be sure to smash the like button for me to support the channel. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe down below for more content on personal finance, business, and investing in the near future. And I'll see you guys next time.